Hello, this whole tribe, and welcome back to my channel, The African Gypsy. It's your girl Sunshine, back with another weekly psychic forecast for the week ahead. This is for the week of the 12th to the 19th of September. But remember that these readings are timeless, so whenever you find this reading, that's the right time for you. So starting us off, I'd already done a pre-shuffle, and the first messages that I got coming out, I've got awakening your true self. So something is happening between you, my beloveds, and your true character is coming out. The real you is back, and that is good news. Because when we're not being our true selves, we're betraying our true nature, and we're making a lot of decisions that are against our true nature, our inner voice, because we're trying so hard to be someone else. I've heard a lot of times people saying, I'm not quite being myself, and you're like, well, who have you been? Because everyone else is taken, everyone's being themselves. So just be yourself. So this is going to be very important in the next week ahead. Let's pop that right there. And the next message I get here, I'd already done a pre-shuffle, like I said earlier, is the Two of Pentacles. So there's going to be a transformation either in your job, your finances, or for some, your home as well. There's going to be a huge transformation. It could be a change. Some of you, it's actually a move. You're changing job. Whatever this transformation is, you might be afraid of it, but this is an inevitable change, an inevitable progression of events. Something needs to change, something needs to transform, and you may be very scared of this change, but you know what? You might actually find that it's actually quite fine, and it's actually quite fun as well, the process. So yes, your fragile butterfly wings are thinking, can I carry these pentacles? Will I be able to do it? Will I be able to go through with what I want to do? But you will be able to, and you're going to transform in such a beautiful way. Yes, as you all know, a butterfly does go through the cocoon, goes through a painful stage, trying to break out of the cocoon, but it's all been divinely orchestrated, it's been divinely planned, and it works out quite well in the end. I also feel that some of you may be having an important transaction coming through, some important written information that may be coming through. You may be receiving some sort of an important transaction, important because of the use you want to make of the finances. And then we've got a lovely message here. It says, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. So someone said limitations of fear. We just spoke earlier on when we had the Two of Pentacles that, let's just pop that here. We already spoke when we saw the Two of Pentacles that someone may be going through some sort of a change or a transformation. It might be the best thing for them and it's for their highest good, but they're afraid of it. Like, okay, I've only ever known this kind of life. If I make this change, what is this change going to hold for me? Is this going to be the best thing for me? Will I be able to sustain it? Is this a wise idea? Am I going to be happy that I made this choice? But you're now breaking through the limits of fear, because fear is only there to limit you. It's shackles that will keep you locked in. What if this happens? What if that doesn't happen? And all of that. And now you're expanding your perception of the situation and seeing that, you know what, whatever changes are coming through, they're for my highest good. And as well, you've awoken your true self. So your true self has come back with a different set of orders or an agenda or plans, life plan, destiny, and saying, wait, I've always wanted to be this person. I've always wanted to do this. So now that the real me has come out, I'm going to go right ahead and do it. Right, let's get into the body of your reading. I've already done a pre-shuffle, so we can just jump straight into the messages. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and thank you so, so much for the subscriptions. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the support on the channel and behind the scenes as well. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Right, so starting us off, someone has been in a very unjust and unfair situation. That's why Spirit is saying something has to change, because some situation you've been in is been very unfair, and now finally you're living a very unhelpful or unproductive season of your life, and a more productive season is coming through. So this week is going to be quite significant. The next 7 days, remember, time is fluid. Whenever you find this reading, that's the right time for you. So for some of you, this harsh period you've been in has been caused by some not so wise decisions. And for some of you, remember this is general reading, so take what fits, leave the rest for someone else. And for someone else, you've been put in a very unfair situation because you've been delaying a new beginning. You've been delaying going, you've been delaying taking that leap of faith and going in a brand new direction. And that has kept you in a very unproductive cycle or situation or environment. And Spirit is saying that change is inevitable. This message is quite clear. So with all these shackles being lifted from you and you finally looking at your new path, awakening your true self, starting on a new journey, there's going to be success. Success for some of you, they're saying I should say public acclaim, public recognition for some of you, or just success, good fortune coming your way on the wake of these transformations happening in your life over the next 7 days. So in the past, you may have had some barriers to you going to the next step or meeting with certain people. We did speak in a couple of readings ago that someone has been put in an isolation spell. So this could, for some of you only, this was a result of the isolation spell, a spell to isolate you from those people who were supposed to help you, inspire you, or help you to move forward. So yeah, that's coming out quite strong, but you started to make rapid progress nonetheless. You made some really, really beautiful progress. In your current situation, yes, there's sleepless nights. Some of you are being the night owl. I'm recording this message as well in the night owl time. So, hey guys, you're not alone. We are night owling together. So there's been a lot of indecision. Should I do this? Shouldn't I? What if that happens? If that doesn't happen? And for some of you, this indecision has carried on for a very long time. That it's actually become a bit of a traumatic part in your life, caused more by the worry and the stress of you playing out all the what ifs as if they're already happening and going through the emotions, worrying, stressing, keeping yourself up at night. But remember, guys, not every sleepless night is bad. Sometimes it's for your own goods, and then Spirit is like, you know what, there's a lot happening. I'm not going to let you get into a deep sleep at this time. You will sleep enough and you still wake up rested and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like I always say. So we've got the 8, you came out of an unfair situation, unjust situation, straight to a night, and now 9, now you're to a night, okay. So now you're thinking about the situation, having to make a decision, but kind of like dilly-dallying. There we've got the juggling. They're juggling 2 decisions. I love the fact as well, I'm just seeing now as well, that we have the infinity sign right over here as well. So as above, so below. In the future, another 9 is coming out. So something is just about to happen, guys. 8 to 9, something's about to happen. In the future, I see with this 9 of Wands here that you're going to be on a very high alert. You're going to be very guarded, aware of your environment, and just protecting your energy, protecting your peace, protecting what's precious to you and all of that, protecting your energy and all of that. The key, boom, the tower appears. Remember I spoke about an inevitable change at the very beginning there, here, and then the tower comes in. So I kind of like felt that tower energy even as I was shuffling and preparing to get into this reading. I was like, this energy kind of like feels a bit like a tower. A tower, if you've been on this channel before, it's our inside story. We know it's not an act of cleverness. This is when universe steps in and says, you know what, child, Stella, I've been talking to you for a very long time about making certain changes, and looks you're not about to make them. So I'm bringing in this tower here to reveal the saboteurs, the people who are sabotaging your plans, throw their plans out and shed light into this dark part of your tower under the roof. What is happening under the roof thing? For me, I also like to say there's like a fire in the hole and your people are bailing out, because this is an act of God. This God who's done it. This is not an act of cleverness. So the key, the foundation of this next 7 days for you, whenever they land for you, for some of you they've just happened. For some of you they're happening. You've awakened your true self, and that has brought in a huge tower, a huge shock. And for some of you, you put someone or something on a pedestal, and then God is like, you know, no, child, you got it all wrong. These are not your friends. These are frenemies. And let me just pour in some light, because I know your demons are irritated by the light. Pour in some light, and they come tumbling out because they can't stand the light. And for some of you, you're having sleepless nights about this tower, worrying about it coming. Some of you are sensing that it's coming in the air tonight or whenever the night is. And for some of you, it has happened and you're having sleepless nights trying to process all the information that, oh gosh, I can't believe that Jack and Jill actually didn't go up a hill. They went up a tower and came up with some super plot and to try and do me over or get one up over me. But now God came through with the power of the sun and burnt all of that out and exposed what they were doing. So everyone's situation is different. If you'd like to know how this is playing out, particularly in your life, you're free to book a personal reading with me and we'll find out what exactly was happening. So in your environment, I see that there's something to do with you needing to rest, of course, because you're having the sleepless nights, you need to rest. You might need some time for solitude and for meditation as well, because you've gone through the betrayal already with the tower going through, and now you need time to just rest and recuperate. Yeah, rest and recover from what happened. I heard someone just say, well, I don't have the luxury of resting. It doesn't have to be like a full out, I'm not at work for the next week or whatever. It could just be like taking one day where you schedule some sacred time with yourself just to process everything, allow yourself to feel the feelings that are living beneath the triggers that have come up with all these shocks and all of that. So just let things be. You do know we're in a full moon as I'm recording this, a full moon in Pisces. So that could make you very teary, very super emotional. And you're like, no, if this had happened at any other time, I would have reacted this way. But this tower came in, there's a shock. I know I delayed taking a leap of faith, and now the tower came in to course correct me and get me on the path that I was delaying taking right over there. And Spirit steps in and says, well, child, the path has come and you're going to go on it. So some of you are hoping to have a way to protect yourself, maybe protect yourself from the tower. Yet we're already told at the beginning that we've seen beyond the limits of fear, the fear that was stopping you from taking that leap of faith and going ahead, doing something new, learning from experience, dismantling the comfort zone and promising yourself that you build a better, bigger, stronger, more stable comfort zone somewhere. Whatever that may mean, whether it's work or a different path of spirituality, and being told for someone as well. And now you're wanting to get protection from God, from spirit, from ancestors and angels, so you can get success, so that you can still get good success. So someone's praying and saying, Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't take this decision when I should have, but now that I've delayed, please help me and help me to reverse the effects of any delays and procrastination. If I've self-sabotage, help me to release the effects of any self-sabotage on the path of my journey. Wow, that is deep. And what do we have? The close of a cycle, the close of a very difficult cycle, because we already started off at the 8, went to the 9, now we're at the 10. So even the sleepless night is a part of the sequence that's helping to close off a cycle. And there the butterfly spoke of the transformation already, and you're ready. Your true self was awakened. And it's interesting, awakening your true self is much like a butterfly was a cocoon for a long time, and now it awakens its true self, and it unfurls its beautiful wings, and its true self emerges, and everyone's like, oh, is that what you're weaving beneath the surface of your cocoon all this time? What lovely colors. Oh, there we've got the butterfly as well on my gourd right there. Yeah. Sometimes the universe can speak real loud, doesn't it? Universe has got the microphone right now. So you're closing off a very difficult chapter in your life. And Spirit is saying that the worst is over. The future can be faced with more hope and confidence. What you have endured in the past, a lot of people would not have been able to endure even a fraction of what you've gone through. Even those who have put you through that cycle would not have been able to endure a fraction of what they've put you through. But the worst is over, and the future can be faced with more hope and confidence. So let's clarify, get some spiritual intel for the collective, and find out, what is the leap of faith that you're delaying taking? It's just sewn into a couple of people's energies. What route have you been avoiding taking? You've had the clarity already in the past. This came out sideways. And it's telling me that you already had the clarity in the past about what you needed to do, but you kept waiting for further confirmation. And perhaps you found that someone was sneaking around, trying to find out what you're doing so they can trip you up, but you caught the spy. You found out who was trying to delay you're taking some step and you probably thought, oh, well, since people are spying on me or they're keeping tabs on me, I'm just going to delay this action for a while. Look at this. Man, this is one of the most intelligent characters as well in this deck here, along with the Queen of Swords. This is the King of Swords, skilled in cutting off what doesn't serve me. He's got the wisdom of the owl. There's the bat, there's a bit of a night owl as well himself, working through the night with the magpie to give him ideas and all of that. And some of you didn't listen to the advice of those who are wiser or more experienced than yourselves. And this has cost you costly mistakes, but you don't need to sit in that energy of, oh, I could have, would have, should have. You're wasting way too much time, way too much precious energy thinking about the past, which cannot be changed. Yet the present and the future, that, my dear friend, that you have control over, that you can definitely change. That's why Spirit said in one of the timeless readings I posted last week that you need to motivate yourself so you can move forward into the destiny that's already set for you. Okay, what else does the collective need to know here? So there may be communication with someone from afar, going back and forth, some rapid communication and good news coming through for you. That's going to allow you to make rapid progress now that the tower is come, and now you're like, okay, since that is folded, I'm now free to take the decisions I should have taken. Then we've got the Queen of Swords coming out, deciding I'm not going to work on things that are going to make me depressed and sad anymore, deciding, clearly cutting out, and deciding not to work on things that don't make her happy, or make him or her happy. It's not gender specific as I give this message. This is for the collective, and deciding that I am going to work on my inner self. That's where we've awakened the true self so that I can make the right decisions and have the strength to move forward in the way I need to move. Some of you all went moving the way you were supposed to move because you're so bound in fear of what is going to happen. But you're also stuck in a very unfair situation that is kind of like draining your energy for a long time and keeping you stagnant. What's coming forth for the collective? What is the Tower? So it might be a shock for you to find that you've healed from this came out reversed first and then like this here. So yeah, still. So some of you are being shocked, are getting shocked that you've actually healed from the heartbreak that you endured at some point in your life. You're finding, oh gosh, I actually healed from all of that. I didn't think that I was going to survive that season at all, but it looks like I'm all healed up. But you may feel, okay, it's not quite over. Of course, with the full moon in Pisces, it does, and the Mercury retrograde does tend to dredge up those things that you thought you'd worked on. Just to give you a brief review so you can properly close the chapters. Again, Tower coming in. What's the Tower? It looks like this week is going to be filled with quite a few shocks. Uranus apparently has stationed, it was retrograde here. So for some of you, shocking revelations or news about family or from family, concerning family. What is this news here? Something that your intuition was already telling you as well. And this is kind of like making you rush forward with your decision to take action to balance things out in your life. For some of you, it's making you rush to walk on the heck away. Detach yourself emotionally and say, you know what, I'm going to seek my son. I was sat there for a long time. There we are. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Spirit, for highlighting this. There we are. For a long time, you're sitting there by this whirlpool of nothingness in the void where all your best efforts were just trickling out in broken cups. Then you decided to walk away from all of that and walk towards the sun, walk towards your happiness, and decided that, you know what, this is what I need for my life. Guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I am going to do an extended of it.